Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate everybody joining the call on tonight. If you have not done so, go ahead and put in the chat box where you are chiming in from. We definitely want to know that. My name's Latanya Jenwright out of the South Carolina area, and I'm excited to be here. I know y'all are probably hearing about the storm that is headed our way, but we're talking about this Travorium storm going on tonight. And we appreciate everybody being here with us. If you have not had a chance to send out those last minute text messages, please go ahead and do so. Go ahead and send out those last minute texts. Let your friends, family members, team members know to be a treat. Uh-oh.
There you go. You got
Was
it.
I not? Oh, I was going in, coach. Okay. Could you hear me?
Yes, that was my fault. I was muting out some people. I missed and
Oh
clicking.
no, you're fine. But yeah, I'm excited to be here on tonight, just to open the call up because I'm excited because of all the growth, all of the teams, everybody that's on here. Once again, if you have not had a chance to put in what city and state, even country that you're chiming in from, please go ahead and do so at this time. I have the pleasure today of introducing a gentleman that is no stranger to any of you. You know this gentleman. He is out of that South Carolina area. Him and his wife does so much traveling. They crisscross the country. They love helping people win. And more than anything, they love having fun. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up Coach Curtis Cross. I'll turn it over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jenwright, for hosting the call. And congratulations to you, by the way. I'm seeing you rank advancing. Your team is rocking and rolling. Guys, we have some amazing leaders that's a part of this Travorium family. And you're going to want to, for those of you that's guests, you're going to want to thank the person that's got you on this call because they could have kept this information to themselves. They did not have to invite you, but they said, you know what? We want to help people. And they invited you to this call. So you can also give them a shout out. If you like to give them a shout out in the chat, you can go into the chat below and just type in the person name that invited you to the call, just saying, hey, thank you so much. And by the way, that also says, I'm here, right? It also says that you showed up. You was a man or a woman of your word. Just give me one moment here. I want to make sure that we get the call locked out because we are going to be sharing some amazing information with you guys today. And we don't want anybody to miss this information. Just give me 1 minute as I do that. Boom, boom, boom. All right. There we are. So welcome to Travorium. Those of you that's here today, once again, we appreciate you jumping on. I'm a little country, okay? I'm Curtis, as Miss Jenwright said. I'm from Marion, South Carolina. I'm from the country. So at any time during this call, guys, I'm going to be going over some information. And if you don't get a membership tonight, it's my fault, okay? If you don't get you a membership tonight, it's my fault. Maybe I was smiling a little too much because I like having fun. Maybe I was kind of using a little southern slang there a little bit, and you didn't quite understand what I was saying. But if that be the case, I want to make sure that you get back with whoever it is that got you on this call and make sure you hear it again with somebody else. Okay, don't allow me, Curtis, little country guy, to take this awesome company away from you and your family. Well, we're going to get right to this tonight. It's a kind of unique night. We're going to do a small overview of what our company is about and how does it work and how you can be a part. And then we're going to go into some flights training. I know we've got a lot of people asking about how are you guys able to get these kinds of deals? And I'm going to break it down for you guys here on tonight. So with that being said, let me go ahead and jump right to some slides. And we're going to make this real quick, right to the point. But I want to make sure that it's very that you guys understand. All right, so just to make sure, if you guys can see my screen right now, put some sevens in the chat. There's a chat box. I want you to get used to that chat. We're going to be using that tonight as I go through these slides, as I go through this presentation. I want to make sure we're very clear. I want to make sure you guys are able to see everything because, once again, I don't want it to be my fault that you guys missed this awesome information. Okay, awesome. Everything is coming through loud and clear. Perfect. Well, guys, once again, the name of this company is called Travorium. Travorium is an amazing company. And we always say that things rise and fall based off of what? Leadership. You got to make sure you have great leaders at the helm of a company, guys, or it don't work. It won't last. Okay. Well, we have some amazing leaders. Our leaders, Mr. David and Miss Adela Hart, friends of mine, guys. These are what I call leaders. They got a big heart, very big heart. They love helping people, and they put together a platform that's very unique. It's very unique. It's a travel club membership. It's going to allow you to save a lot of money when you travel, but there's also the opportunity of you being able to earn an extra stream of income, literally from the comfort of your home. Now, our business is a global business. We have quite a few corporate offices all over the globe, and you're going to understand that we're inside of the travel industry. The travel industry is booming. It's larger than the gas and oil industry. Think about that for a moment, guys. There's literally a big industry that you can tap into and be able to earn inside of this same profession. We like to call it the business of dreams. If you ask 10 people what would they do if they had more time and more money, you know what they're going to tell you? Something about travel. They're going to say something like, man, I would go see grandma in New York. I ain't seen her in a long time. I would go out and take my wife to Dubai. You'll hear those kinds of stories and just kind of watch them. They're literally lean in a little bit. They get excited when they start talking about travel. As I watch people inside of the work from home space, I'll notice that it don't matter the type of company, everybody promotes travel. It don't matter the type of company, guys. It could be a beauty company, a health and wellness company. Guess what they're going to tell you? Well, once you sell enough of this stuff, you're going to be able to go on a vacation. You know what I'm saying? You sell some more of this juice, we're going to send you on a trip. Why? Because they understand that people want to travel. So this company is literally taking the incentives and making it our product. Is that amazing? Now let's keep going. And by the way, we're having a horrible storm right now in South Carolina. So if anything happens, guys, just make sure you come back to the Zoom. I'll make sure I jump back on. Now let's go a little bit further into this because in our company, here are some of the services you're going to have access to. We're talking about your resorts, your hotels, your cruises. How about being able to get a rental car and save money on your rental car? Something you was going to get what? Anyway, your activities. Maybe you want to go to your favorite NFL game. Maybe you want to go watch your favorite singer. Maybe it's Beyonce. You want some Beyonce tickets? You can get them through our portal and save yourself some money. Now, there's quite a few ways that people book their travel. And before I go any further, what I want to do real quick here is I want to share with you a very short video that's going to talk to you about all of these ways that people has been booking travel, thinking they're going to be saving money, but there was a monopoly going on that nobody knew about. Check this out. We'll be right back.
If you go to online travel sites and scour them looking for the best hotel deal, you may be actually wasting your time.
NBC4 consumer investigator Randy Mack is here to explain how that works.
That's right. There's a reason these deals look similar. And the problem is that these third-party sites often fall under the umbrella of one or two companies. So while you think you're searching for multiple companies looking for the very best deal, every deal you're considering may actually be from the same company.
Many savvy travelers look for the best hotel deals online.
I usually look at sites that kind of claim to have the best deals.
It seems like there's a lot of competition.
I've used Expedia, Trivago, there's Booking.com.
Always looking for a bargain. I like to see the red numbers that make you think like you're getting a good deal.
But that may not be the case.
Almost all those sites are owned by one of two companies.
According to the nonprofit Consumer's Checkbook, Expedia and Booking Holdings owns 95% of third-party booking sites. That means shopping around may be a waste of time, and Checkbook says calling the hotel directly won't land you a better deal. They're hesitant to undercut the booking sites.
Did y'all catch that? These companies are hesitant to messing up the relationship with all these other OTAs, right? They don't even want to get taken off their platforms. So they won't even show you a lower price. There's a monopoly going on. Now, if you didn't quite understand the video, let me kind of recap. Booking Holdings, which is Booking.com, they own all of those companies to your left. So that means they own Priceline, Booking.com, Kayak, RocketMiles.com, Agoda.com. All of these companies are owned by Booking Holdings, which is Booking.com. And they're on the right-hand side of your screen. Expedia own all of them. Expedia own Hotels.com, Hotwire, Travelocity, Cheap Tickets, all of these different companies, guys. Think about it. It's not even fair. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the cell phone industry. You know how you have like AT&T, you have Verizon, you have Sprint, and Think about it, they own all these other companies, and there's a monopoly going on. People have to pay them to use their towers. Y'all with me? Well, there's a update. And the update is, guys, you're not going to be paying retail anymore. That was yesterday. Today is a new day. My friends, what you're going to have access to is your very own portal. Tonight, you're going to get your portal. And your portal is going to allow you, as you see on the screen, up to 60% off. And I can tell you right now that Mr. David Hart is only putting 60% off because he's saying, you know what we want to do? We want to, what we call under promise and over deliver. And he does an amazing job with that. So just pay close attention to these slides and you'll see what I'm saying. Matter of fact, let me give you an example right now. Here's a trip for you in Las Vegas. Now, this is the same everything. Same hotel, same amount of people, same type of room, same everything. On Expedia's website, on the same day, it's $293.58. At the same time, on our portal, it was $15.46. It's crazy. You can't make this kind of stuff up, guys. Now, this is simply the difference between wholesale and retail. Expedia could have sold it for $15.46. They could have if they wanted to, but that's not their business model. Their business model is buy low and sell high. You get it? Now, that's them. Our model is totally unique. It's a travel club, kind of like Netflix. Netflix don't get paid for the movies, for selling movies. No. Netflix get paid for selling a membership that's going to allow you to watch unlimited movies. Did y'all catch that? Well, that's what you're going to have access to here on today. Let's keep going, okay? Here's another example for you. Now, this one you're looking at a side-by-side comparisons, by the way, side-by-side. This one is in Florida for the week. $4,463 on Expedia website, and on our website, $2,326 for the same one. This is crazy. We can do this all night. Let me go a little further with you. Let's show you another one. On this one, this is another week stay, $5,047 for the week on Expedia. On our portal, $1,923. That's a $3,100 savings. Now, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I can suggest that you don't give Expedia $3,100. Okay, you can do whatever you want to do. Give it to your church or nonprofit organization. Maybe take your family on another vacation, right? But don't give it to Expedia. That's our model. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully right now you're leaning in a little further saying, you know what, this do make sense. You know, I was a travel agent for over 15 years. And if I'm real with you, I didn't like this information. Why would I like this, right? I didn't like this information. And then I realized something. As a travel agent, I had to take all of these courses, get all my certifications, got my Clear card, got my I-10 card, did all that kind of stuff to go on some cool trips. But if I knew that with this program, it will allow me to get even better rates without taking any classes, I would have did it a long time ago. There's another part of this company I want to share with you very quickly. The next part of this company is where you can give, I like to call it a hotel coupon. You can give away a hotel coupon. Now, as you see on this savings, it was $3,100. If I was not in this company, you could have gave me a hotel savings card. I wouldn't have got the $3,100 off. I would have got half. So in that example, I would have got $1,541 savings on my room because you blessed me with the hotel savings card. How much do I have to pay for those hotel savings card? Nothing. Zero. Why would you want to give it to me in the first place? Because when I say $1,561, you would have got $1,561 in travel credits. This travel credits will allow you to save on your hotels and your rental cars and all your plane tickets. Imagine that, put it on a cruise, right? You can even get that money in a Amazon gift card. Is that powerful? Yes, there's so many ways to help people with this company. So if you're the type of person that like to help people, You're already headed in the right direction. Well, let's keep going because I want to go a step further with you guys. I want to talk to you about something what we call getaways. Now, this is why, as good as that may sound, all the stuff I gave you just now, this is why most people get their memberships. Once again, it's called the Getaways. My wife and I was able to use this platform. We went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for 8 days. We paid $9. Don't worry, I'm gonna say it again, just in case. Some of y'all probably was washing dishes and said, "What?" My grandma used to say, "Hush your mouth and keep on talking." I'm like, "How can I do that, Grandma?" Hush your mouth and keep on talking. We went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for 8 days. We paid $9. We went to Tennessee. We were there for 8 days. We had a 3-bedroom, 2 full bath, full kitchen, amazing view of the mountains, by the way. It was out of this world. Jacuzzi, hot tub, in a master bedroom suite. Guys, we paid $39 for the entire 8 days. We just booked Orlando, Florida. We're going in October for a whole week. 3-bedroom, 2 full bath, full kitchen. We paid $49 for the entire week. That's because of the Getaways platform. Now, here's how the Getaways platform work. In this company, it's always win, win, win. What do I mean? When I say win, I'm talking about W-I-N. You, my friend, get to win. You see, the company is very unique in so that when you get your membership, the company's going to take that money you paid for your membership and they're going to let you apply that in points. And you can use that same money, which is points, that same points towards your vacation. Is that cool? So Canary Islands, Spain, right there on your screen. 8 days, 7 nights in a studio room, $7 for 8 days. Guys, I love it. Let me show you another platform real quick. I want to share with you real briefly here. I want to share with you the world tours. Now, a lot of you, y'all be like, want to fight over this because y'all like, well, Curtis, I love the world tours and I love the getaways. Here's the thing, guys. You get all of them, okay? You get both. You don't have to try to decide. The world tour is going to allow you to go amazing locations. Most of these is going to be 5 and 6 day stays. So imagine going places like Las Vegas. 5-star hotel for 5 days is $19. By the way, for those of you that's travel agents, I know we got a few travel agents on the call tonight. We appreciate you guys linking in, just like I did before, right? It just made sense, right? But check this out. This is not per person. This is $19 for you and your family in Las Vegas. How about Dubai? 5-star hotel in Dubai for 6 days. Your breakfast is even included. It's $7 for 6 days. A little over $1 per day. Okay. Y'all got it, right? Y'all already understand. So let's go to the next step because how do you get started? How does this work? Well, once again, this is a travel club membership. So I want you to think about Sam's Club. I think about maybe Amazon Prime. Think about Netflix. In South Carolina, we have a car wash called Tidal Wave, where you can pay a flat fee and get your car washed every single day. And I'll be there almost every single day. Okay. It's free, right? If it's free, it's for me. Well, we have 3 memberships you can pick and choose from. We have a small, a medium, and then the one that pretty much everybody get. The small membership is what we call silver. Silver is $69.95, one-time fee, and then it's $52.50 per month. Now, with the silver membership, you do not get access to the getaways, and you do not get access to the world tours. But you do get access to that first couple of slides that I shared with you, and I was doing a side-by-side comparisons with Expedia versus us. You get access to that. So that's a lot of value already, right? The next membership, the medium, is called Titanium. The Titanium membership is $149.95, one-time fee, and then it's $75 per month. And the company's going to give you 150 points every single month. By the way, those points roll over, kind of like the old cell phone plans. Y'all remember? Y'all don't act like y'all don't remember that, right? You had a cell phone and you was like, call me after 9 because you want to save your minutes. Well, these minutes or points roll over every single month, allowing you to use them and pile them up and use them even more, right? That's the Titanium package. You will get access to the getaways and you will get access to the world tours. And it's going to give you up to 50% off of those trips, okay? A lot of value there. The third package, now this is the one I got, and this is the one that most people get. we get what we call the platinum. This just made sense to me right away. I said, well, that's actually affordable. To be the top package, that's very affordable. $269.95, one-time fee. It's $135 per month, which is going to give you 270 points every single month. Remember, those points roll over. This platform is going to give you up to 80% off, and you're going to see even bigger discounts than that here in a moment, okay? Now, right now, what I want to do is I want to share with you how this monthly overhead can come out of your profits and not your pockets. Come on, somebody. I love this, man. This can come out of your profits and not your pockets. How do you do that? You simply refer three. That's it. Simply refer three. Guys, listen, when I do my live seminars and people are looking at this, I have this little saying, and my saying is, this just makes sense. If a person don't understand this, I have to say, listen, if Johnny had 3 apples, okay? I got to make sure you understand where I'm going with this, guys. Refer 3 and you're already in profitability. In other words, this fee can come out of your profits. Now, to be a partner in our company, which is what you're going to want to do, it's only $99.95 a year. It's annually. $99.95. Why would you want to be a partner? It's going to allow you to get all of your training, your back office support, all of the marketing videos. This company does an amazing job with the marketing videos and systems that they put together. I literally was like waiting for them to charge us some more money because I'm like, y'all giving us all of this value. Okay. It's a turnkey business. And then you see the tax advantages. Wow. Amazing. Just that alone is worth you getting started today. Now, very briefly here, I want to go through the compensation plan just so you can understand this is very profitable here at the same time. So as I said earlier, you can simply go ahead and refer you 3, and now your business is in profit mode, okay? It's basically taking your profits and dumping it towards your overhead, so it's not coming out of your pockets. Remember that? You're making $4.45 per day. You simply just refer 3, okay? From there, the next level, there's another level. It's called 1-star director. To be a 1-star director, very simple. It's 8 sales on your left team and 8 sales on your right team. What do I mean by this? This is what we call a binary structure. Binary meaning 2. You have 2 legs. That's it. You have a left leg and you have a right leg. That's it. One of the reasons I love a binary structure company is because you can help your team. If you're the type of person like to help people, this is it right here. So you refer your first one, let's say you put them on your left. And your second sale, let's say you put them on your right. Well, your third sale have to fall on the team of either person number 1 or person number 2. Now, if you catch that, it's going to allow you to get what we call a position of equity. That's right. You're able to benefit by getting started and getting your membership right now. And that way, future sales can fall in on your team. And yes, they count towards you going 1-star director. So when I first saw 1-star, I thought I had to get 16 sales myself. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can get that done. 16 sales myself and make, they said, no, Curtis, this is a team effort. Okay. So in other words, you got started today and the person who invited you to the call, let's say they made 4 sales tomorrow. That's 4 sales that can fall in on your team to count towards your 8 in one of your legs. This is amazing. The average 1-star director is going to make about $550 per month. This is passive, guys. The next rank is what we call a 2-star director. There's another level. As a 2-star director, it's very simple. It's 50 sales on your team, 25 on your left, 25 on your right. Now, something that I thought that I had to go get another 25 on the left and another 25 on the right. And I thought that none of the people that was in my sales from 1-star, I thought that none of them count. No, Curtis, we don't do that kind of trickery here with Travorium. Those same 16 you already had, those sales, they still count. If Johnny had 3 apples, okay, I want to make sure y'all with me today, okay? So a 2-star director, you're averaging about $1,500, $2,000 per month. This is passive residual income, and you don't have but 50 sales on your team. Come on, guys. There's another rank called 3-star. It's just simply 63 on your left, 63 on your right, more money. That's what it means, okay? There's a 4-star director where 125 on your left, 125 on your right, more money. We can do this all night. But I want to focus real quick here for the next couple of seconds here on a position called ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been working from home over 20 years, okay, full time, and I was a travel agent for over 15 of those years. I'm telling you right now, you can't find a platform that costs less than 400 US that will allow you to build a team less than 400 and make 6 figures a year until now. As an ambassador in this company, ladies and gentlemen, you're changing the game. You only have 188 on your left, 188 on your right, and you're a 6-figure earner here. Not only that, the company's going to give you another vacation. they love people, and they love helping people. Listen, guys, another vacation. We have a global bonus pool. We have an ambassador share where you're sharing from all of the entire company, not just based off of your organization. And we have a Louis Vuitton experience. Now, this is where the company is literally going to roll out the red carpet for you. They're going to take you to a Louis Vuitton store and let you go on a shopping spree. Where do they do that at? Right here with Travorium. So that's what we want to share with you. There's more ways of getting paid. As you see, you can go 5-star ambassador. You can go executive chair. You can go there. Listen, there's no limit here. The company is literally set up so that you can win and you can win and you can win. We want you to travel also, right? So make sure, guys, you're getting back with whoever it is that got you on this call. Now, what I would like to do real quick, tonight, I'm going to do some special training here tonight. We're going to do some special flights training, but I would like to get a few people tonight, if we can, to maybe talk about some of their deals. I'm sorry I didn't ask you guys in advance, but if you guys are able to share some of your trips, let's start off with you, Miss Jen Wright. I would love for you to go ahead and share one of your deals. Let me go ahead and make sure I get you back unmuted. And then if anybody else is on, we've got some amazing leaders. We had Mr. Adam did an amazing job hosting this week. Miss Sophia did an amazing job as well this week. And guys, that's what I was talking about earlier. The leadership here at this company is off the charts. Okay. Miss Jen Wright, I'm going to go ahead and let you unmute now. Give us some examples of some of the deals you was able to have with this company.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Cross. I greatly appreciate that. I just want to, I mean, I'm looking at the presentation as though I'm looking at it the first time, and I want to get started again. So you may have to send me your link. No, I'm just kidding. But we're so excited about this because when you actually take the trips, that's what makes the difference. It's like my brain didn't actually click to understand that until I was like in the business and trying to work it and doing this and doing that. And I realized, why don't you just take more trips? Why don't you just experience what Travorium is all about? So, of course, me and my grandson, we travel all over. My husband comes too, but me and my grandson, we do all the different activities. He always wants to say, well, Grandma, can we go this place, that place? One place we went was Orlando, Florida. We stayed right next to Disney, and we paid $17 for the entire week. 8 days, 7 nights, and was able to stay there. I had to take pictures of him in the pool. He wanted to do everything. Another place we went was just a few weeks ago for Labor Day weekend. I was able to book 8 days, 7 nights in Hilton Head. And it blew me away. And the reason why it blew me away was because I booked it 2 days before I went down there to check in. I checked in on the 30th of August. It was the same week as the women's conference. So I was excited because I was like, okay, I could be at the women's conference. I could be down here for a whole week. Was able to stay down with my grandson on Saturday and Sunday. And to me, I said, I went in, I was like, okay, it's a studio, it's real nice. Looked in my room, it had a kitchen, had the king room and the patio. And next thing you know, my grandson comes running to me and say, Grandma, I got my own room. And I said, yeah, the living room is a room. You do have a sleeper sofa. He said, no, I have my own room. So he brought me back in. We went upstairs. There was like a little loft that they built. He had these two twin beds and his own TV. And that meant everything to me as well, because I'm thinking, okay, it's just going to be this king room. But when you say that this company they over deliver, it's like that gave me insight, and I realized, let me do a whole video of this room. Let me let everybody else know what we can do. Deer, we were right there on the lake, so we were walking distance from the beach, but right outside our back patio, he saw 3 deer walking by. I said, no, don't go pet them. We're good. But the fact that you can see them right there, I mean, I feel like we had access to the wildlife and everything, but it's just so powerful that we can share this with so many people. I'm an educator by trade. I'm a school teacher. And just the fact that I'm able to share this with other teachers, they're asking me, can I use this as a retirement plan? I said, absolutely. I said, you want to use this, you want to be able to build this up enough to where you are making residual income. Residual income. So I'm so excited about this, Coach. I'm excited about what we have to share with so many people. And I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Hey, I love those testimonials. And, guys, that's what it's about, right? Making those memories. Coach, your grandson will remember that forever and ever and ever. And that's what it's about. Let's bring up my man, Mr. Adam. Mr. Adam has been traveling all over. This guy, I'm talking about, he keeps traveling the way he's traveling. He's going to look like a passport, right? Mr. Adam, man, I would love for you to come on and let us know about some of those trips you've been taking, brother.
Man, I appreciate you asking me. And oh man, I've been booking travel this way for almost three years now, y'all. And what got me really excited was the price points. I mean, Puerto Vallarta for $29 for an entire week at a 5-star all inclusive. And that's not per person, that's not per night, right? That's for the entire stay. I love the fact that our travel club does not bill you based on occupant. It bills you based on experience. And so, guys, if I were to go through each trip, we'd be on here all night, and we got to get to that cheap flights training. So I'm just going to give you the nutshell here, guys. Over the last 3 years, I've been on over 20 weeks of 4 and 5-star holiday. Over 20 weeks of holiday, y'all. That's more than most people go in their entire lives. I know from my own experience in my first 30 years on this earth, that was way more travel than I've ever been on, right? But what allowed me to travel the way I am is because of the price points, because of the travel points, because of being able to earn free vacations. And so what's more impressive than the amount of trips I've been on is how much I've saved by using all 3 booking portals that our man Curtis shared with us tonight. Guys, I kept over 30,000 US dollars in my pocket by booking travel this way. But what's more impressive than what I saved was what I actually spent of my own money out of pocket for all 20 weeks of holiday. Guys, I only spent about $6,000 of my own money to go on over 20 weeks of 4 and 5-star holiday. And that covered me and my guests and our flights. Guys, I mean, let's do the math. It's a little bit harder than 2 apples minus 1 apple, right? But guys, if you only spend 6 grand of your own money and you save over 30 G's, guys, I saved 5 times more, over 5 times more than I even spent. And we have a saving in our house. We have a saying in our household. The more we save, the more we travel. And so one thing I love about Travorium is travel more, travel better, travel for less. That's our credo. But that's not just something we say, it's something we actually do. We don't just save people money on travel, we actually create travelers when you really learn how those travel points work. And so, guys, for our household, I have a platinum membership. My girl's got a platinum membership. She got her 3 and free. I got my 3 and free. So, as a household, for the rest of our lives, guys, we're going on 4 5-star vacations every 12 months for the rest of our lives before we even spend any of our own money. So please believe the testimonies only get better with time, not worse. But yeah, because I decided to tell a couple people about my travel experiences that also like the idea of saving money on travel, this thing over the span of 6 to 12 months turned into a full-time income that I was able to earn on a part-time basis. And glory to God for residual income. Guys, it's one of the wonders of the world once you really have access to it. Whether you're making $10 in your sleep a day, 25, 50, 800, 1200, it doesn't matter, because once you start making money in your sleep, you enter into that small percentage of the entire world that has learned how to make money while they're snoozing. And so because I've been able to do that with such an amazing community, I'm so grateful to say this. I no longer wake up to an alarm clock anymore. That sound of I don't wake up to that sound anymore unless I'm trying to catch a flight. And I like getting those early morning flights because, I like to keep it cheap. But our man Curtis is about to show us, But guys, again, for me, residual income means something. And the reason why it does is because I love freedom. I love a life of options. But more importantly than that, I want to retire my mother. And that is going to require residual income. Furthermore, I want to be a full-time father and a full-time husband when that time of my life comes. And Travorium is going to help me fuel that dream while we're traveling the world. So, guys, this is the best place. If you like travel, if you like saving money and you're open to making some money, I mean, you're in the right place. So I appreciate you asking me to share, Curtis.
Yes, sir, man. Once again, I love the testimonials. Y'all keep those testimonials coming. Well, guys, listen, I told you guys that we were going to do a cheap flights training, and we are. Now, we've been about 117, 118 people on the Zoom, and that's too close to my 120 goal. So, guys, right now, you want to get your team members. You want to get grandma, ma, auntie. You want to get them on the call tonight because we want to give value to them. And for those of you that's guests, I want you to understand we're just basically giving you guys some more value. Just saying, hey, thank you for getting a chance to look at this. Tonight's call, I'm basically going to do a overview, showing you some things. I promise you is going to be some stuff that you didn't know. I promise you. I'm going to show you some stuff tonight. And then we're going to do a closed session in the future for all people that's actually in the business. So you will need a actual membership to get the second side. But don't worry, I'm gonna bless you guys tonight with some cool things. So we at what, 118. We need 2 more people on. Send out those last couple of text messages. I'm about to go ahead and pull up a few things for y'all right now, and we're gonna get started. If you didn't get a chance to do so yet, get you something to write with, something to write on, something that you can take some notes. You want to go back and review some of these things because for time purposes, I'm going to kind of have to give you some stuff and keep it going, okay? Because I want to give you a good amount of value tonight. All right, so there's a couple of things I want you to do. The first part of this is going to be where we're going to, it's kind of like a role play, okay? So I'm going to ask you a question and I'm going to need you guys to respond. And I want you to respond inside of the chat. So if you're not familiar with where the chat is, you want to go ahead and find it real quick because I want you guys to do something for me. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about the airport that's very close to your house. Everybody have one. It might not be like next door or something, but you got an airport that's pretty easy to get to. Type the name of that airport or the initials of it or something like that. Just type it in the chat if you will, and I'm going to show you how this works, okay? So just type in what we have. There you go. You got it going on. Whatever that airport is real close to your house. It might be 5 minutes away. It might be 1 minute. It might be 30 minutes away. I don't know. But just type that one in. And I'm going to show you because this is going to kind of really set the scene, so to speak, of how flights work. And we did hit the goal. So congratulations, everybody. 120 people live on the Zoom right now, rocking and rolling, guys. We're on fire. Okay, so you guys already put in the airports that's close to your house. Now, if you didn't do so yet, what y'all waiting for, right? I want you guys to be tuned in because this is going to make all of the sense right now, all of the world right now. Okay, you guys keep people coming in. That's awesome. Okay, so we typed in our closest city to our house as far as the airport, the closest airport to our house. You already typed that into the chat. Now, here's what I want you to do now. Now I want you to go into the chat and I want you to type in an airport that might be a little further away. Now, this airport might be an hour away, maybe 2 hours. I don't know, right? But it's a little further. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. There you go. Y'all already doing it right now. So the first one you put in was near your house. The second one is one that's a little further away. Curtis, this one is Curtis, I got to drive a little bit to get to that one. That's the one I want you to type into the chat. Okay, good. We got them rolling. We got them rolling. We got them rolling. Good stuff. Good stuff. People all over is on the call tonight. Good stuff. All right. So you did it. All right. So the first airport you typed in was near your house. The second one was one that's a little further. Now watch this. Have y'all, let me know in the chat now. Have y'all noticed that the airport that's a little farther away from your house seems to be the best for you to fly out of because it got better deals? Have y'all noticed that? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Have y'all noticed Curtis, it seems like if I drive to that airport, I get the good deals, right? See, everybody's okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, let me tell you what's strange. What's strange is there's 125 people on this call right now. Some of you typed in what the other person said that's near your house. In other words, if you said Myrtle Beach was near your house and you said Charlotte was farther away, there's people who's from Charlotte who put Myrtle Beach is farther away and they said Charlotte was close to them. But the answer remained the same. Why is that? It's because when you're online checking for flights, it's checking your IP address to see where you're located. It's taking your airports as close to your house and driving the price up higher. And it's taking those ones that's farther away and driving them lower. That's not right. Some monopoly going on, right? That, my friends, is the first way that we're going to save you money on your flights. Okay. Now, I want to give you a disclaimer. The stuff that I'm giving you today in this flights training, this is some information that I've learned over the years as a travel professional, as a travel agent. And so just make sure we're clear. In our portal, it's not going to give you this type of stuff. We're focusing with Travorium on the resorts and the rental cars and the cruises and stuff like that. Okay. So, but I want to just come in and assist you a little bit and give y'all some extra value. Hope that's cool. Okay. Now, I've got people already asking it now, right? So you can go into your, get you like a VPN changer and change your VPN and see some results there. But I'm going to give you something else that you can do in a moment. Okay. So I got y'all. I got y'all. But in a nutshell, that's the way that we used to use a lot. We basically would just go in, find a VPN changer, make it look like we live in Canada, but we want to fly to Myrtle Beach. And we would notice the tickets was like real low when we did that. But you don't have to do that as much anymore. But I want you to know that there's a lot of loopholes inside of the travel space. First website I want to give you. I'm going to give you a few websites tonight. The first one I want to give you tonight is going to be flights.google.com. That's flights.google.com. Once again, y'all, hopefully everything goes good because it's, like I said, it's storming outside right now. So if the internet go off, I'll jump right back on. All right, I'm gonna give y'all some live examples. We normally don't have the time to do like live examples and stuff like that, but I think we're pretty good on time. So here we go. Once again, that website for those of you that's on, it was flights.google.com. And maybe Latanya, maybe you can put this on. Somebody says it's Friday night. We got all night, right? All right. Maybe yeah. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Yeah, y'all can kind of be putting them in the chat because if you guys is driving, I don't want y'all trying to type. You can't even hold your phone no more. All right, here we go. Give me a minute. Just give me one moment here. I just want to make sure. Somebody says that this apply to international flights. Yes, yes. And we are setting up a day. I know we've got teams all over right now that's asking for flight training because of the time difference. Like it's like real early in the morning for them right now, like I think 1 or 2 in the morning. So we are going to do a day, an international flights day. Just give me a moment here, guys. I just want to make sure that my screens are popping up on the right slide here. Just give me one moment. I didn't plan to do what I'm about to do right now. So just kind of bear with me one moment. And we probably can do some Q&A if it's not like real long questions, right? We can do a few. I'll also give y'all this tip while I'm doing this so I can still give some value. Did y'all know that if you look up flights on a Apple device and you look up flights on a like an Android device or Windows device, did you know that your flights and your everything can be higher if you're looking it up on a MacBook or Apple device. Is that crazy? They're literally charging you more money because you have an Apple device because they think you got more money. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. For some reason, y'all. Okay, I think I see why. Yeah, it's crazy that they'll charge you more for an Apple device. All right, here we go. I got it up now. Boom. All right, here you go. If y'all can see my screen, put some sevens in the chat. Just want to make sure that we're good to go. Perfect. Okay, so this is flights.google.com. Okay. You can also get to this site by going to google.com/travel/flights, but just go to flights.google.com. Do not put www in front of it because it won't work. Okay. If you put www in front of it, it won't work. You have to go to flights.google.com. Now, I want to do this particular session tonight as if I want to book a trip. I want to show you some of the things that I'm doing when I want to personally fly somewhere. I can't remember the last time that I flew somewhere and it cost me over $400 a round trip. That's like 100% facts. I can't remember the last time I paid over $400 for a plane ticket. Um, Not saying that you know, you're always going to find those type of deals, but I'm going to give you some reasons why I don't pay that much for plane ticket. But how this work? Well, I should have gave y'all like a 1 to 10, a 10 step type of deal. So because I'm already off on my count. But there's another tip, and the biggest tip when it comes to saving money on travel is if you're flexible, you can get a better deal. So just kind of remember that. If you're flexible, you can get a better deal. Okay. If your dates are like in concrete, like no Curtis, I can't fly till this day and I have to leave on this day. That's the only way I can fly. If that's you, then you're gonna be a little limited. Okay. But if you are flexible, we can find you some savings. Now, the way I use flights.google.com is this. I'm gonna do Myrtle Beach, MYR. Okay. I'm gonna act like I want to fly from Myrtle Beach. Now, because we have this amazing travel club membership called Travorium, and we can get some crazy deals. Like I told you, my wife and I went to Myrtle Beach for 8 days. We paid $9. Because we can find those type of deals, the flights is going to be the most costing thing that you're going to have to pay for, right? So what I suggest is start looking for your plane tickets first. So what I'm gonna do is this is how I told you I'm doing this as if I'm looking for me a flight. I'm gonna put in where I want to fly from, but I'm not gonna put in where I want to go, and I'm not gonna put in any dates. And I'm gonna hit explore. It's now gonna search and find good deals that's available. Now, the prices you're looking at right now on your screen, and we haven't even done any cool hacks. And you're looking at round trip flights. I can do a round trip flight right now to New Orleans for $98. Round trip, my friends. Round trip. Is that cool? Is that cool? Right? I can go round trip to Jacksonville for $143. Round trip. This is not even the flight hacks. This right here is just some general information right now. Okay, you probably knew some of this. I'm gonna get to some stuff you don't know in a moment. But this is why would I use this site? So what I like to do is I like to get a ideal of my travel agenda, right? So in other words, I might say, well, New Orleans. Have I been to New Orleans? Do I desire to go to New Orleans? Okay. If I do, like, okay, yeah, I go to New Orleans, then boom, now I'm gonna send everything around there. I'm gonna go into the back office. I'm gonna find some hotels in New Orleans. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go into the activities list and look at things. You know, you can get your tickets for activities in your back office. So I'm gonna I'm planning it out. This is what I'm doing right now. Okay. Let's see here. Las Vegas, $263 round trip. That's not a good deal. Really. Excuse me. New York City, 125. That's a pretty good deal. $125. Now, once we do the second side of this particular training, because we have guests on the call right now, and there's some things I'm not going to show I love you guests. I love those of you that guests. But when you get your membership, I want to go a step further. I'm going to show you guys without any hype how to take this $125 round trip ticket and pay less than $10. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Okay. My wife and I, we just booked 5 round trip tickets. I told you we booked Orlando, Florida, right? And our room was $49, and we got a 3 bedroom, 2 full bath. Our plane tickets for 5 of us was $62.30. We got 5 round trip plane tickets for $62.30 from Myrtle Beach to Orlando, Florida. Okay. So yes, there's another level, but let me keep going. I want to. This is for those of you that's guests tonight. I'm going to just bless you guys with some info. Let's give you some more things that you can do. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways of saving money on your flights. There's a lot of different methods. For instance, there's a method that's called the error method. The error method is where airlines do this quite often. They'll publish a price, and then they'll say, "Ooh, that's the wrong price," right? What if you can find those prices? What if you can locate when those errors is hidden so that you can take advantage of them before they're fixed? And by the way, when you buy those type of tickets, they honor them. Okay. So if the published price was supposed to be $800 round trip and they published it by mistake for $84, you get it for $84. They honor the ticket. Now, I'm going to tell y'all how that worked right now. Let me go ahead. Oh, okay. Look like we're out of time. Yeah, it looked like we're out of time. I'm just joking. I'm having too much fun. Okay. Look, I got time tonight. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I'm going to pull up. Here we go. Let me pull it up for you guys. Give me a moment here. So I'm going to give you. Oh, boy. We got about 8 websites that I'm going to give y'all tonight. All right. Let me just pull them up for you. Then I'll get them to you. All right. Now, the first one I'm going to give you. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. The first one I'm going to give you now, disclaimer, this particular website have pop-ups. Okay. Now you can go on your Windows PC or your MacBook and you can turn on your pop-up blocker. You can do that. Right now, I'm not. Okay. I'm just flowing. Okay. So the first one that I'm going to show you is theflightdeal.com. Matter of fact, I'm going to copy and paste it and I'll put this one in because it's kind of long. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. All right, there it go. So it's theflightdeal.com/flight-deals. Okay. Theflightdeal.com/flight-deals. Okay. I had no idea I was going to go through some of this with y'all tonight. I would have put this in a PowerPoint, but hey, it's no problem. This is just the first step. The second step is going to be on another level. I promise y'all. But it's only going to be for those of you who have a travel club membership with Travorium. Period. Okay. Here we go. So what is this? So Flight Deals is literally like a blogish type website where the community share deals. We're looking for errors and stuff like that. So I'm just going to click on New York City, for an example. And as you see, it's showing that JetBlue, this is literally right now. Yeah, this is today. This is published today. This is an error. New York City, this is on JetBlue. Okay. And look at this. It's $172. The regular rate is supposed to be $262 on that one. Okay. And that's a round trip ticket. Okay. Here's one right here. It's $742. This is round trip. This is also including the taxes. So when I told you I got 5 round trip plane tickets for $62.30, that was not including the taxes. Okay. So you'll see some with the taxes, some without the taxes, that kind of stuff. Alaska Air, this ticket right here is supposed to be $260, $190, and so on. Okay, so I want to show you that one. I'm gonna give you some more. I'm just gonna go I told you I'm gonna go kind of fast here. I just want to give y'all quite a few sites. The next website I'm going to give you is called secretflying.com. Okay. Secretflying.com. Once again, this website as well can have pop-ups. I'm going to show you how to navigate through it real quick. I'm going to put the link in the chat. There you go. Now check this right here out. This is gonna be amazing. Let me pull this up. All right. So once again, pop-ups. Now, as I said, you can put a pop-up block on your computer. I'm not going through all that right now because I want to get as much stuff in as I can. So how do you use this website? Now, there's a little trickery because if you look at the top, it's going to say from and to and stuff. Don't use that one. That's an ad, okay? We're not using that. You want to come down to where it says from right here. This is where you want to fill this out, okay? Now, for those of you that's asking, Curtis, can we do this internationally? The answer is yes. You'll simply just click on your country at the bottom of the screen, okay? So I live in Myrtle Beach, in the Myrtle Beach area, right? So I'm gonna do Myrtle Beach, but you can do whatever area you want to do. All right. And then where I want to go, I'm gonna say I want to go to let's do Las Vegas. Okay. Now, how this work is, it's based off of if you're real flexible, like I said, you have way more control if you're flexible. All right. Um, the flight that I told you, we got 5 round trip tickets to Orlando, Florida. Well, I have a team member that went up there to get them a ticket. Must have been like sometime this week, and it was way higher. It was like 600 and some dollars, right? So it's because when I got my ticket, and that's gonna be on the second training I'm gonna give y'all. But the thing is, like right now, they're sending us emails asking us, will we like to go on another day? And they'll give us like, we'll give you $300 per ticket. We'll also give you a night stay. Like they'll do that kind of stuff for you. Airlines will do that. That just means that the flight is going to be pretty packed. So they're trying to get people to switch. And I'm like, no, because we're going to Disney. Okay. But anyway, you just come in here and run your did I get past it? Let me go back. I got to do it again. I'm having too much fun. Let me try to speed back up here, okay? So I'm gonna do it again. Myrtle Beach, boom, Las Vegas, boom. And then it's gonna say when do you want to go? So I can if I'm flexible, I can just leave it at all upcoming months and hit search. Okay. If you're flexible. If you're not, now look right here, this is going to see it's no secret flight deals right now. So they don't have any secret flight deals available, which means there's no errors right now. Okay. That's the purpose of showing you this particular portal. This will show you the errors. If there is some availability, those flights will be error flights. But that don't mean that you can't see some pretty good deals. Now, if it's in red, a red price is typically where they're like, it's a deal, but it's not that good of a deal. Okay. Oranges or yellow, that would be, it's okay. Green, like those are going to be some pretty good deals. Okay. For those particular weeks. So as you see, $277. This is a round trip, $240 round trip, $240 round trip, that kind of stuff. All right. Let me keep going. We got a lot of information I'm trying to cram in right now. I want to get you guys in here. Let me give you, okay, y'all will love this one. This one's going to make you feel like a travel agent. A lot of travel agents use this one. I don't even know if I technically can supposed to be able to share this one, but I'm going to share it with y'all because y'all family. Let's go. Here we go. I'm going to give you this one right here. I'm putting it in the chat. It's matrix.itasoftware.com. matrix.itasoftware.com. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to show you how to use it. A lot of travel agents would use this one. Here we go. Give me a moment here. All right, here we go. I'm gonna show y'all how to use them. I don't want to just give y'all websites and y'all be like, we got the stuff, but we don't know how to use it. So I'm trying to go through this for you, okay? So how you do this is you're gonna put in where you want to fly from. Okay, let's do another area. I use Myrtle Beach all the time. Let's use let's do Charlotte. I was doing a flights training one time, and this guy was giving me all the information like, Curtis, put in Tennessee, and Couldn't find out he was booking his family trips, had me doing all the work. I'm like, you better send me a check. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do Charlotte and I'm gonna go to let's do Vegas. Okay, let's go. Now, watch this. I want you to notice some of these controls over here. It says you want to search an exact date, but remember, the biggest tip I can give you is be flexible. If you can be flexible, you can get way better deals. Okay. So I'm going to say see calendar of lowest fares. And there's another tip I'm gonna give you about lowest fares in a moment after this one. If y'all remind me if I don't go to it, okay? I want to show y'all something about low fares. All right. So it's gonna ask me here, date, start date, all that kind of stuff. And I can say, okay, well, start date. In other words, I don't want to go before October the 2nd. So I'm gonna say anytime after the 3rd. And I want to be there for 3 days. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do 8 days because I'm gonna act like we're going on a getaway. Okay. And you can go in here and you can see how many adults and that kind of stuff if you wanted to. Now, this is important. I can always find you cheap flights. The problem though is some of those flights can have long layovers, right? It might have a 14-hour layover. We ain't got time for that. So this is where this comes in. You can say how many stops. I want it non-stop, Curtis. I only want to do non-stop. Well, that's you. Okay. But I'm gonna say I'll go up to one stop. Okay. And I'm telling it for a cabin, I want the cheapest available. I'm looking for cheapest available. And as you see, you can allow airport changes and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to run a search here just to show you how this works. You cannot book your plane ticket on this website. This is a research website, which is why I told you a lot of travel agents would use this website. But things changed in the travel industry. You used to can go in there and do commissions and stuff on your flights. You're not supposed to anymore. You can do a service fee, but you don't really supposed to do a commission on a flight anymore. But here's how this portal works. So as you see, if you see this little icon right here, that means that it's another day flight. In other words, you're leaving out on say a Tuesday, but you're going to arrive there on Wednesday. You get it? So if you see those little icons, so if you don't want to do that, just don't book any of those. Y'all with me? All right, let me go and change my date here again because look like all of these are, and that makes sense as well because Vegas is 3 hours behind us. Okay, so and most likely that would be in coming back. That could definitely happen. I'm just gonna change my dates up and see if I can find some just to kind of show you. Actually, I could have unchecked this where it says include overnight flights. I could have unchecked that. That would have did it too. I just realized it. Let's see. It's taking too long. By the way, if you guys have some questions, you can type them in. Okay, here we go. So $259. That's a round trip flight. Now, how they do this is the price that you see will be a round trip flight. But if you got up there and you was making your actual booking, you can't book on this site, but you can research it. But let's say you wanted to go on Thursday, it's saying 259. And then when you went to go check out, the flight leaving was supposed to leave at say 6 in the morning. And you're like, no, I don't want to fly out before 9 a.m. Then your flight cost could go up a little bit because that was giving you the lowest flight coming back. But the lowest flight coming back might be leaving too early or too late. Hopefully this makes sense for y'all. Okay. But once again, you can come in here, you can click on your flights and stuff and pick out your, which one you want to go with. And I'm gonna show you in a minute how you can research a little bit more, but I just want to give y'all this site. This site is going slow right now for some reason, so I don't want to take all of our time. Can we use this for Delta flights? Yes, you can use this for Delta flights. As a matter of fact, I got some more tools I'm about to drop on y'all right now. So let me give you this quick tool that you can. I hate to call them hacks. Hacks is real marketable. Like if I go on YouTube and I say, hey, I got some travel hacks for y'all, that gets a lot of views, but I don't want to use hacks, but they're pretty much hacks. Okay. I'm going to give you guys something real quick here. Can you upgrade to first class? Yes, you can. You can upgrade to first class. They want you to do that. Matter of fact, they want you to do that. All right. Let me pull this up here. All right. So there is a saying that I want you to start Googling. And what you want to do is you want to Google low fares for and then the airline that you want to fly with. So, for instance, I did it for Spirit. Now, I know some of y'all be hating on Spirit, but I like Spirit. Okay. And they're actually one of the safest airlines. It's crazy, I know. But I like Spirit because I know how to use Spirit. See, you probably don't like Spirit because you're like, well, the seats be all close up on my knees, and I don't like that. Well, let me give you a hack for that. I hate to use that word, but let me give you a little tip for that. The tip is what you want to do is when you book your flight, if you're flying Spirit, what you want to do is you want to arrive to the gate, right? And you can have the gate person back there. That's the person who's going to be saying, we're soon going to be boarding in 15 minutes. If you have, ladies, if you have 2 bags, put those bags in 1 bag. You know that person? Okay. You want to go to that person and you want to tell them that you are a travel professional. Y'all better write that down. This is a big one. You want to tell that person, how you doing, Mr. Sam? Your name's Sam? Yeah. Hey, Mr. Sam, I'm Curtis. I'm a travel professional. Do you need any volunteers for the exit row? That's the tip. You want to ask them, do they need any volunteers for the exit row? Why does that matter? Because the exit row give you more leg room than first class. There's a whole hallway almost between you and the next person. Now, you will have to give a verbal yes because they're going to stand over you and they're going to give you this little spiel and they're going to say something like this. If anything was to happen or occur during this flight and there's a need for the exit door to be open, would you be willing to assist? And you have to give them a verbal yes or they will not let you sit there. You have to you can't have your headphones on. You have to listen to them and you have to say yes. Now, I love doing that because if anything happened, I'm definitely going to open the door. Okay, I'm the first one off. All right, let's have a little fun with that. But that's how that works. So you want to basically, just to recap, you want to say, hey, Mr. Sam, I'm Curtis. I'm a travel professional. Do y'all need any volunteers for the exit row? And you'll be surprised how many times you get an exit row and you have all the leg room you want. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, let me give y'all some more stuff. Boom, boom. Okay, so I told y'all didn't remind me. The low fares. Okay, so if you Google your airline, whatever airline you want to fly with, so I'm gonna say Spirit low fares calendar. Y'all caught it? Your airline low fares calendar. Each airline have a low fares calendar that they don't talk about that you can go to and see the list of low fare dates and book from there. I'm going to show you that. Okay, here we go. Give me a moment. I'm going to pull this up. And matter of fact, I got one for Spirit. Let me show y'all that one. So Spirits, matter of fact, I'm gonna put that in the chat. Even though y'all be hating on Spirit, I got y'all. All right. By the way, it's other things you can do with Spirit, like for instance, how big your bag is gonna be. All this stuff matters. Um, I like to tell people don't. If you're taking a bag with wheels on it, they're probably going to charge you, really, unless it's one of those real small ones. So don't take big bags. I like to take a duffel bag or something like that. But that's the website. It's spirit.com / I speak English, so EN / flights, flight dash deal dash finder. Okay. I'm going to show y'all how that look. Let me pull it up for you. And I'll give y'all a quick example. All right. Y'all getting tired yet? All right, so here's how this works, guys. Same type of way as you see. You can do international if there's a Spirit in that area. Okay, this is a Spirit one I'm giving y'all right now. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna act like I'm in New York. Okay, New York. Okay, so I'm gonna say New York, and I want to say I want to go fly to. Let's do from New York to Myrtle Beach. Okay, and I'm gonna hit search. And what it's going to do is going to search and show me dates in this area. These are round trips. Look at this. You see this ticket right here, $88? That's a round trip ticket for $88. I guarantee you that flight is definitely less than $10, but it could be 1 penny. All right. Miss Jen Wright that was on the call, that hosted the call for us tonight, she flew to Las Vegas round trip. It cost her 2 pennies. 1 penny there, 1 penny back. But it cost her total, it came out to $32.02 because it was $16 each way in taxes. You get it? So $16 each way in taxes, but the actual flight was only 2 pennies. 2 cents. Okay? Don't worry. The next session, I got y'all. All right. I know y'all like, lay it on us, Curtis. Okay, here we go. So look at these flights, guys. Look at this. Look at this. $44 from New York to Orlando. $44. Detroit to Las Vegas. $76. Atlantic City to Orlando. 75. You can't drive your car there for these prices. Okay? New York City to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, $32. Okay, I'm about to wrap this up. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. JetBlue works. Yes, JetBlue works. So West Coast, yeah. So same thing. So, like for instance, for me, I'm in South Carolina. So South Carolina have a Spirit in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have a Spirit in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. There's a Spirit in Atlanta, Georgia. There's a Spirit now in Columbia. They just put one in Columbia, guys. That's huge. So there's quite a few of them in our area, but you want to find, if there's one in your area, you can use that. But don't worry, these flight websites and stuff that I'm giving you, you can use these wherever you are. Matter of fact, let me give y'all some stuff for some more deals. Okay, let me give y'all maybe two more websites real quick, and we'll jump off. I know it's kind of getting late now, right? Here we go. I'm gonna give you. I literally probably got 7 more that's on my screen right now. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you Kiwi, okay? Kiwi.com, just like the fruit. Kiwi.com. Here we go. Boom. So this is kiwi.com. Now, when you go to kiwi.com, if it look like it's in another language, it's because you have to go in there to the top up here and change it to whatever language you speak, okay? So it works just like any other type of what we call an OTA, online travel agency, like a Priceline or Expedia. You just come in here and you can search. Okay, so I'm not going to do any training on this because it's literally just like it looks. You just go in there, type in where you flying from, that kind of stuff. Now, remember, the biggest rule to flight deals is being flexible. So the more flexible you are, the more deals that you're going to have access to. If you're not flexible, you kind of got to go with what they got. Okay. There are also some of the smaller airports, some of those regional airports, it's going to be very limited. Okay. I'm just being real. It's going to be very limited at a regional. So we have one in Florence, South Carolina. It's a little small regional airport. I hardly ever fly to that airport. It's not a lot of deals there unless you're going to be doing like a private jet or something like that and you work in that deal. By the way, I got some cool stuff on jets too. All right. That's definitely going to be on session number 2. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna give you another site real quick here. These are some. Let me pull this up for y'all. Um. Okay. So have y'all noticed this? Let me ask this. Have y'all noticed that when you go online to buy get a plane ticket, and you're like, man, I might get that plane ticket. I don't know. Let me think about it. Let me pray about it. And then you log on 6 hours later and it's a higher price. Have y'all noticed that? And you're like, man, it went up. So you go online and you're like, man, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for it. And then you go back online 2 hours later and it went up some more, right? That's a scarcity tactic. Scarcity tactics is where they're basically trying to get you to buy. So they keep taking the price up to make you say, oh, I better book it now. That's a scarcity tactic. And one of the things you can do to help that is you can go in and clear your cookies on your computer. So when I say clear your cookies, I ain't talking about in your refrigerator, right? I'm talking about on your computer, right? So you want to clear your history, clear your browsing cookies, and then go back in. Or you can log in as what we call incognito or a private window. Now, to get to a private window, you simply just go to File on your computer at the top, like you're about to be online, and click view, or well, it'll say it's probably going to just be File and then private window or private or incognito, and your computer screen is going to turn black, and that means it's basically not using any of your previous search history to pull up the new history. So use incognito or private mode when you're doing your searches. You will find that to definitely help you guys out. All right. Now give me a moment here. Okay. So my point is, I was bringing a point and I had lost it, but I got it back. So what you want to do is anytime there's a flight that you want to go and you like, Curtis, I gotta go. I don't have any choice, Curtis. But maybe the price point is not as sexy, right? It's not going to give you that cheap, low price, but Curtis, I got to book it anyway. Well, what you can do is um, you can actually make payments on your plane ticket. Would y'all want me to show y'all that? Would y'all want me to show y'all like how you can make payments on a plane ticket without a credit check? In other words, if you needed a plane ticket from your house to Vegas, and maybe the plane ticket, let's use a high number. Let's say the plane ticket was $1,200, and you're like, Curtis, I got it, but man, I don't need to be putting the $1,200 on a plane ticket right now, Curtis. I got other things I need to pay. Well, what if you can put something on it? See, I used to have to do my bills like that. I had to put something on. I can't pay that right now, right? Well, you can put something on your plane ticket, lock in today's price. They're going to pay for it, and you pay them back without a credit check. There is a small fee. Okay. There is a small fee, but it's worth it. And I'm going to give that to you guys right now. So if you go into your chat, boom, there it is. It's a company called airfordable.com. All right. And let me make sure I pull this up right. I think I did something wrong. Give me a minute. Let me pull it. I did. I typed it in wrong. My fault. I was like, that ain't looking right. Let me get it for y'all. 1 minute. Boom. One moment. Uh-oh, they didn't take the site down, did they? Let me make sure. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Let me make sure. Just give me a moment. Okay, my fault. I gave it to you wrong. The way they have their site is set up wrong. Here it is. This is the right link. Thank you, Coach. You put it in there. I just said you put it in there. Yep. So it's v2.airfordable.com. Okay. Let me show y'all how to use it real quick. Now, this is going to be real good for those of you who's going to be going on getaways and those world tours. Y'all, listen, we want more people on these world tours. We want more people on these getaways. We already know it's literally the data is there that if you and your team is going on more trips, your team becomes way more solid. You make more money because people are sharing those trips. So we want more people sharing those trips. So as you see, your flight for only a fraction up front. So let's act like you want to go on a trip, and let's say your ticket was going to be $800. Okay, that's how much your ticket's going to be, and then it's going to say when are you departing, because that matters. If you are going tomorrow, then this won't work for you, right? You got to pay now. But let's say you want to go. Let's do January. Let's say you want to go January 6th. Let's do the end of January, January 30th. Uh-oh, my fault. I did that wrong. Here we go. I'm gonna say we want to go January 30th, and I'm gonna hit book this flight. So as you see, I would just have to pay $320 right now, and they're gonna go ahead and lock my plane ticket in for me. Did y'all catch that? So I ain't got to worry about it going up because that ticket by January could be $1,800. You know what I'm saying? It could, or worse, they could be out of seats. You can't go if you wanted to. Not on that one. So that's how this works. As you see here, no credit checks, no interest, no none of that kind of stuff, but you do pay a fee, a service fee. And then also remember that the more time that you have, matter of fact, let me see, give y'all an example. Let's say you are not going on this flight now until August 29th. Let's see here if it still do it. Okay, it'll just make your monthly payments lower, but your upfront would still be in 320, but your monthly installments would be lower. That's how that works. Any questions? Any questions? I might give y'all one more real quick. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I'm gonna give y'all one more, and it's some more here, but I don't want to. That's for class number 2. So somebody was asking when is class number 2. I don't know yet. Okay, I will get with Mr. Strand. We're gonna figure it out. We was gonna do a Saturday training last week, but I was slammed. I wasn't able to do it. I had to go to a wedding, so we wasn't able to do it. But we might be able to do it on a Saturday. Boom, 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 boom. All right, here we go. I'm about to pull this up. Here we go. This website right here, Momondo.com. Y'all gonna like this one. Let's see here. Boom, boom. Okay. This site is pretty, right? So once again, this is about you saving money on your flights. Don't really have to do a training on this. It's basically just like using the Priceline or Expedia or something like that. But a lot of times it will show flights that have errors on it, which is pretty cool. I mean, errors on the pricing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff I didn't go over tonight. Well, one of the things, let me give you this other, because I put that in the chat. Let me give you this last tip here. So in session number 2, I'm going to really kind of dial this in, but I'm going to give you some of that, a little bit of it here. Let's say you wanted to book your plane ticket from, I'm going to use South Carolina, from South Carolina to Chicago. Okay. What I'm going to be doing is showing you guys that how to do this remote, literally like real simple, but it's going to search for the best flight path for the lowest price. Once again, the best flight path for the lowest price. So if you want to go from South Carolina to Chicago, the flight path might say what you need to do is book your plane ticket from South Carolina to New York City, but the plane just so happened to stop in Chicago. So it's going to stop in Chicago first, then it's going to go to New York City. You're going to get off in Chicago. But when you use that method, you're not going to do any check-in bags. In other words, you're not going to put any bags up under the plane because your bags will end up going to New York. So there you go. Yeah, tip, hack. There you go. There we go. Tip. That's it. You got it. All right. Any questions, y'all, before we jump off? Man, I appreciate y'all. We packed the webinar out tonight. We will be doing another one of these, and we're going to do one. We'll find another word for it so that everybody will know, like, it's for people who have a membership, with the company. Guys, I'm real big on this company. This company is the game changer. I've researched a lot of travel companies. I'm telling y'all, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I guess toot toot. I know travel. I know where to find deals. I know how to find hotel deals cheap, but they can't beat these prices that we get with this company. So ain't no need to even talk about it. Okay. You can't find a lower price on resorts in your hotels. You can't find it, guys. Okay. So I want to do more of the flight stuff, just bringing more value, just saying, hey guys, here's some ways you can save money on your airline, because I want to see you guys in all of these different cities. We're also doing live events. I'm looking to come to your city, right? We're going to go to all these different cities and we're going to be doing live sessions. So we'll have live flight trainings. We're going to have live business building training, showing people how to host travel parties and stuff like that. It's game time, and we're about to take Travorium all over the globe because it deserves it. All right. Thank y'all so much. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye, everybody.